everybody, welcome back to another weekly market review for F45 Trading. This week we are discussing March 1st to the 5th. If you can believe it, we are already in the March. One more month left and we're done the first quarter as well too, and it's been pretty exciting all over the board. Forex, commodities, equities, crypto. It's definitely has not been a disappointing, dull couple of months. So I hope you guys are all profitable and following what I'm saying, because it's everything so far has been panning out just beautifully, and hopefully this week we can catch a couple of nice little trades here to kind of start the week off and finish off strong again. So looking real quickly at the economic calendar, the days you're going to want to take off are going to be Thursday and Friday. We've got OPEC meetings and then Fed Chair Powell speaking. Typically Thursday before NFP, not really a whole lot of activity. I kind of find they typically tend to consolidate a bit. Obviously not every single time. There's definitely instances for everything, but and then Friday NFP right down here. You probably don't want to be trading this week because we could get a little bit of fireworks happening. So we'll see what we give us. But looking at the first part of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just keep in mind we've got annual budget release for this, and it's tentative for GBP, so that'll affect obviously the pound dollar, and then we'll have probably a little bit of movement on US dollar mid-morning on Wednesday. So hopefully we can get a trade off earlier in the week. We've got some high impact news drivers that should help what we're doing. So and then we do obviously have this as well too, so be aware of this. Australian dollar, I'm not looking at doing a whole lot with the Australian dollar this week until after Monday, so you should probably wait as well too if you are an Aussie trader until that settles down after tomorrow. Okay, so getting into the charts real quick, looking at the US dollar, we had price pushed down beautifully right into that 89.75 area that I was looking for on the chart here. We even got a little bit deeper of a run, which was nice to see, and then we had a beautiful rejection back up. Now, I was actually surprised at how much Friday retraced. So, obviously, as you'll know from last week's, last Sunday's weekly review, I said we were, sitting up into here, and I said I want to see price drive down, come down into this area right here, and that should be the bulk of your trade. And if you can get in, obviously, in EurUsd, Gbp, Aussie, UsDCad, all those ones, at the same price level where we make a run and a stab down into the US dollar, whatever the corresponding area higher or lower on the other currency pairs is what you would be looking for a target. So hopefully you guys took that advice, you got out at the target area, and had a good week last week. So this movement here on Friday, it shouldn't have affected anybody because you should have been already out and done and closed your trade on the week. Now, this move here on Friday is a pretty big rejection. So more than likely, and I had this level here above this high in here marked out for a little while, and I took it off just because of the deep dive back down. I just put it back on here after today. Didn't want to see price go and reject that much higher. If anything, I was hoping that this candle right here would have held price off. We wouldn't have had to worry about it. We're up in there right now, and so I think there's a real good chance we're probably going to pop above this high here. And if we get up past about the 91.30 level, chances are then we could even run on this high here. A little too early to tell if we're going to get all the way up into there, but I definitely think that this area here, 91.15, maybe even up to 91.20, will get hit. So it's about 35-40 pips away on the US dollar. So we'll be looking for corresponding levels on euro, on cable, on Aussie, and UsCad to trade into a similar level in those respective markets. What we do from there, though, if we go past the 91.30, we're going to take out this high here. I'm hoping that price hits up into this 91.15, 91.20, somewhere in this range here without going too high, rejecting, and then we start seeing price run lower. Now, early on in the week, do we come back down and then go higher? I think it's more likely that they'll probably won't come back down, and which is why I have this line here. If we do, I would look for a bounce off of this level and then a run up into here. But I think, to be honest, they're probably going to want to run it up into here first. So, and then obviously we have NFP on Friday. I'm still bearish US dollar. So I think ultimately we will probably see price roll over again from there. You know, and just look back 30 days on where NFP was previously for the month of February, which was, and I'll get the exact day, NFP came in, for the 5th, the 4th and the 5th, and look where we had price right here, the 4th and the 5th. This was non-farm payroll Friday right here. So we had price shoot up, and then it rolled over. I'm kind of expecting something similar. We're having price shoot up here during this week, and then hopefully, we may stretch above here, but hopefully by Friday we're going to see something similar where price runs up, and then it rolls over and comes back down the other way, because I'm still bearish. There's no way that they can be printing as, and again, the U.S. Congress, it's actually just going to the Senate here, I think, this week. The House passed the, what was it, $1.9 trillion, call it $2 trillion stimulus package. They're flooding the U.S. dollar. They're flooding the market with U.S. dollars. The more you have of one thing, the less valuable it is. There's no way that U.S. dollar is all of a sudden going to start making moves all the way back up in here. It's not going to happen unless some miracle happens, or they start burning money and saying, no, we're only going to all of a sudden limit people to how much money they can have. Now that's, it's not going any higher. So again, it may get above here, but I think we're probably going to see it roll over when it gets up to this area here. Watch for this though. Like I say, Monday, Tuesday, it could come down into here and then possibly shoot up here into Friday, and then I would expect a rollover. I would rather though see them not come down at all, shoot up into here, and then roll over. So we'll see what we get. It's still a little early to tell. As you can see, Sunday's candle has opened. We made a brief attempt to go lower, but so far it hasn't really been doing a whole bunch. So we'll watch for that, but I think this is going to be the area to target. And like I say, maybe even up to about 91.30. Don't want to see it go much. You know what? We'll leave it at 91.35 just because I don't want to bring it down too close. That would be about my line in the sand. If we go above that, then we can probably shoot for here, but I would suggest either here or here at least for the week. Okay? That brings us to EurUsd. We had price shoot right up into this beautiful area in here that I said everybody should have been on your charts, the 122.40 level. I said at the very minimum I want to see 122.20. We hit both of those levels and actually had a little bit more juice on it. The high on my chart came in at 122.24, 42, so we got an extra 2 pips out of that. Hopefully you guys all did very well on that EurUsd trade that I gave you guys last Sunday, and everyone got out, and we're looking to get some profits this week as well too, after the big sell-off on Friday. Now, you can see what we have setting up here, this nice retail trend line. I fully expect them to run this down again, possibly taking out this low here. Like I say, if this low here corresponds with the US dollar, this high rate here, so then if we get a pump above here, I'd expect it to run out maybe about to the 91. Like I said, I don't want to see it go above 91.15. It might stretch its legs up to 91.35. So, watch that. 91.30, watch that. It'd be about the same here. We're going to shoot down below this low here. And then I don't really want to see price go much lower than the I had pretty much the exact level I wanted. 1.2000 level. I'd like to see them stay above that if we can. It may shoot down to 119.80, but it should, within about a 20 pip variance, stay hopefully in this area here. So watch for that this week. And again, we may run up and touch off of this low here and then roll down, but I think we've kind of tried to do that now. They'll probably won't do it. They may, of course, but I'd be looking for a bounce there anyway, and then a rollover. So potential range on for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of 80, 90, 100 pips or so. If you can grab that this week, be done. Don't trade after Wednesday, guys, because it's not worth it. Market typically goes sideways on Thursdays, like I say, right before NFP, and then Fridays, obviously, it can gyrate all around the place, stop you out, and you got to be an expert to be trading NFP, so you don't want to do that. GbpUsd, same thing. This one here actually started rolling over on Thursday, and then Friday had a nice big down candle, slammed right back into this consolidation level here. I said I was interested to see if we could stab back down below you know, this low here and maybe this low, but I'd like to see them reject off of this. And we got Friday, just another big down move. So are they done? That's the million-dollar question. GbpUsd has been pretty bullish, so I would fully expect them to probably try to push back a little bit higher. Do we make another low? That's kind of the million-dollar question. You can see these two lows under here is where I've got this level at, and I'll just extend this out in time a little bit, because I think there could be the possibility that they might drop it back down just under this low here and ram back into these old highs in here. I don't know, just because GBP has been so bullish lately, if they will do that, but you can see this, and they're just chopping it up, chop, 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 higher, 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 and then really the past, since early February, really been rocking this thing higher. Hit a major, major milestone on the price, which again, I gave to you guys, and it actually shot a lot higher too. I was looking at 141.85 to about 14200, and the high on this candle actually came in at 142.41. So nice run higher on GBP. If you guys got longs on there, you would have been laughing all the way to the bank on that one. But again, big deep sell-off. Now we'll see what they want to do. I hope they kind of do roll over again, but again, it's just been so bullish that they could just elect to just bank this around in here for you know, a day or two. And keep in mind as well too, GbpUsd, we do have annual budget release on Wednesday, so watch that, and it is tentative. I don't have an exact time for that, so that could really gyrate this one here. So just watch for this. I am still bullish. Price could roll over if the US dollar does drive higher. It could push GbpUsd lower. Don't want to see it go any lower than here, but if you see it starting to break down here, that could be your target. And again, it could just do something more like this on the week. So, you know, watch GBP for something like that. I wouldn't expect it to go any lower than the red line though. But again, they may elect to just not come up into here and just roll straight over from its current location as well too. So that also could just come up, retag off of the low from Thursday, and then roll over, right? So that's obviously an area to watch for. If you don't see price pushing higher than that, then I would probably target lower prices. But be very careful shorting GbpUsd because it has been so bullish. It's been burning everybody going short on it. Australian dollar, we do have a rate announcement, so I'm going to hold off on giving any sort of prognostication on this pair until after that rate announcement. And so my members will obviously be privy to that. So everyone else looking at this for free will have to wait until next Sunday. But nonetheless, we had an area here that was achieved very nicely. I had these lows on the chart set for a while, and after we started getting up into here, I was like, you know what, I don't necessarily think they're going to come back down for that. And then all of a sudden, boom, Friday, huge drop on Aussie. The total range on the day was 180, almost 190 pips on Aussie. That's a monster day. You look back, look at the day here, look at Friday there, and compare that with all of these other candles right here. You'd be pretty hard pressed to find another day with that big of a range. There's one here, and it was basically a doji, and it still wasn't even as big. It was 170 pips. So monster day on Friday. That's why I say when you get these targets, which again, Aussie hit another major target to the upside, which I accidentally took off the chart. I'll just leave it at that there. Price fell out of bed from there. So major area retagged in here. We could go down a little bit lower on Aussie. Again, US dollar pushes lower. It should by default push this guy down to possibly the 76, 70, 76, 60 level. Somewhere in and around here is where I'd be looking for them to come down. Anywhere basically in this green highlighted area. But yeah, we got those lows here taken out beautifully. So the liquidity is pretty much soaked up under there. They could take it a bit deeper, so just watch for that. But so far that was complete, and objective completed on the upside and downside for Aussie. So now we wait for NFP, we wait for the rate statement, and we see where price wants to go from there. If US dollar starts to drop, then it will start to move Australian dollar higher again, and away we go. We're looking for this ultimate level up here. Okay. Finally, on the Forex US Cad, again, big reversal last week. And again, another one where Thursday set the low and a big rejection Thursday, another big up candle on Friday. I want to see them trade up into this consolidation area in here, but I'm curious to find out if they'll have enough juice to get them through this consolidation level and above these highs here. So that's all I'm really waiting for. If you're a UsCad trader, you know, from pretty much anywhere in here up to and including that consolidation range is probably a target for you guys. Could be 60, 80, 100 pips to the upside, but I think we're going to go up into there. I just want to see. I don't know if they're going to get through this level here or not yet, so I'm waiting to see on UsCad. So that's all I can tell you guys for now on that one. And that's it for Forex. Real quickly on crude oil. A little bit of a mixed decision here. We're waiting, I believe, OPEC meetings coming up this week. We've got a big OPEC Plus meeting coming up here in March in the next week or so, and they'll be determining the production increase, which they typically always do in the spring. I would imagine that Saudi and the Sauds and Russia and all of them, well, Russia, they just kind of do whatever they want to do anyway, but more than likely they're all probably going to start production increases again, which means it's the price for crude oil is eventually going to roll over, because I just saw another report saying that, oh, they, you know, supply is starting to creep back up again, and I mean, it's all garbage. It doesn't work that way. You know, it's going to go above this level no matter what the storage is. I don't care what it says out there, how much production they flood back into the market. It's going to hit 67, folks. You're going to mark my words on it. Timestamp it before the end of the month, more than likely before the end of March. They will be up above 67. Now, is it sustainable at 67? Probably not. More than likely what's going to happen is we'll probably see them shoot above, and then we'll have a pretty deep retracement, probably down to the mid-50s. You know, they may want to sweep underneath here. I've got a couple of levels in here and in here. I don't think they're going to get back down here unless, you know, we have another crazy coronavirus scare and the whole world goes into an ultimate lockdown, and then all hell breaks loose again, and then we have this happen. I mean, barring something like that, which is unforeseen, which I can't tell. Like I say, I'm looking at 67 getting tagged, probably briefly spend maybe a day or two above it, and then they'll probably reject. You know, again, the OPEC will release all of the crude oil production numbers increase to the market, and we'll probably start to see price of crude start to decline a little bit. And usually the first couple of months of the year, 2-3 months of the year, crude oil and energy prices are very, very bullish, which I've all told you guys before. So this run up into here is obviously not a shock, and you could have anticipated that if you had to listen to me. So 67 next stop on crude, and where we go from there, more than likely we're probably going to come back down to mid-50s. Probably we'll probably hang around the mid-50s, I would say, till probably, you know, third quarter or so. That's it for energy. Very quickly, gold got smashed last week. Man, did it ever get crushed. And it's unfortunate because I had a lot of high hopes in bullish gold, and I had hoped they would have maintained this old low back in here. I was kind of hoping they had the breakout, the retest, and we had a nice big run to the upside, and alas, we did not get that. Price really just took its time chopping down, slowly chopping down, going sideways. Here it is on the daily chart. Big sell-off Thursday and Friday, back in this consolidation range. And now the million-dollar question is, do we go another leg deeper? Well, if you look at silver, silver's been in a holding pattern. They have not been dropping this. Tons of strength in silver. You know, and I say that now, and they're probably just piling on the shorts right now, and they're probably going to massacre silver next. And we're probably going to see it run under here. I hope that doesn't happen. Be very careful, though, in these metal markets. Until we get a final nail in the coffin on the U.S. dollar, and I don't know when that's going to come. I'm assuming it's going to happen soon, because we are trapped in a bit of consolidation, but as soon as U.S. dollar starts to capitulate, roll over, and start to head underneath this here, that's what's going to start releasing, obviously, gold. It'll go up, and silver, it should go up as well, too. So they may elect to consolidate silver continually for the next indefinite amount of time. I don't know how long. And then gold may continue to drop. We'll see if we get underneath these areas in here. I hope they don't. I hope they stay above, and, you know, price just maybe consolidates in here until the U.S. dollar rolls over, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, I'm going to hold off on any calls on gold and silver until we get through NFP and the U.S. dollar finally decides to do what it's going to do. And, you know, again, be careful out there, folks. Markets are a little crazy. This next stimulus package, I don't think it's going to have the same effect. I mean, it'll have the same effect. There's going to be a lot of share buybacks and a lot of big corporations cashing in on it, but I don't think it's going to have the same effect. I don't know. Something feels a little weird, but that's just me. Be careful out there, folks. Live another day to trade. Keep those stops tight, and we will talk to you next week. If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at F45Trading. Email is f45trading@gmail.com. You can go to my website, f45trading.com, whatever you want to do. I am available for you guys to answer any questions that you may have.